Hey, how's it going, you guys? Petplatypus here, and it's time to review the second Berserk movie, Berserk: The Golden Age Arc, Part 2, The Battle of Doldrey, I believe or Doldrey, I'm not really sure how they said it in the movie, but Battle of a place, taking it over, wars and sex scenes and rape in this movie. There's your summary. No. It is pretty much the whole movie, though, is battles, attempted rape scenes, and a sex scene, and that's pretty much, and like a torture scene, like to be very vague about it, but like to actually be serious, like stop fucking around. It starts off with a recap of the previous movie, then we get into they're in the middle of a battle. I guess, Guts wasn't poisoned or whatever by the arrow, like I theorized. I think I theorized that. It's been like a week since the last review I did for the first movie, but yeah. I believe I said, like, oh, maybe he's poisoned because, the arrow hit him. Apparently not. Apparently he's fine. They're in a battle, and we've got Casca. She gets into, like, a horseback fight with this dude. I would say he's, like, a dick and sexist, and he is unlikable, and he is sexist, and he is a dick, and I'm pretty sure he has Sonic X 4Kids Eggman for a voice, and I'm like, whoa, dude, like, what the fuck? But I mean, hell, Guts is voiced by fucking 4Kids Zoro from One Piece, so what the fuck? I mean, it's amazing how these are not even bad actors at all, but if they're in a 4Kids dub, they're gonna sound like shit, because 4Kids has no dub direction. Anyways, but yeah, I just found that funny, that I recognized voices from 4Kids. And also there's this dude who's in Guts' army that says Goku's voice, like that was funny as fuck. Because I just hear Goku, like exactly just Goku. It's not any different at all. But Sean Schemmel's Goku, by the way. But anyways, sidetracked. Anyways, Casca's fighting this dude, and like I said, I would say he's a dick and a sexist, but I mean, that's kind of the time period that it's basing itself off of. That's kind of the mythology and everything, is women are weak and they're not supposed to fight and everything. So I mean, he's kind of just normal. He's a dick, but he's also normal, so it's kind of like, but yeah, he's a dick, and she's sick, and on her fucking period, I guess, and, she's sick, and she can't fight him, and Guts saves her, and they fall over the cliff, and we get this dream sequence flashback of Casca, and I'm just gonna assume every main character has had, like, a rapey backstory. Like, Guts seemed to have, like, a rapey backstory, she has a rapey backstory. But yeah, I don't like how they do flashbacks in these Berserk movies. Like, it's so choppy the way they do the animation. Like, it looks like you're trying to run the Order 1886 on a fucking laptop from the year 1886. Like, it looks really, really choppy. Almost like a goddamn slideshow. It's really weird, but not a slideshow. If it was a slideshow, that'd actually be better, but it's this really weird, choppy, blurry, fade weird. I don't dig that kind of flashback style. Not a fan of it. But yeah, she meets Griffith when she's really young, and Griffith, I don't know how old Griffith is. He looks the same in that flashback, so that was weird. Not sure how old he is, but I don't know. Maybe she wasn't that young, but she seemed pretty young, but I don't know how old she is currently. She might not even be that old at the moment. She might be like 18. Flashback, probably like, what, 8 years ago, Griffith. I could see him being, but yeah, so there's that little backstory for her, and she's pissed off at Guts and throwing a bunch of stuff at him, and I think a relationship between those two is kind of growing, even though she seems to be kind of digging on Griffith. Yeah, something there is growing. They don't like each other at first, but then they'll eventually like each other, that kind of thing. I don't know if that's exactly how it'll go. This is a very dark story. I'm sure anybody could die at any time, even though most characters that are major haven't died yet. But, anything's possible in a seinen with this level of violence and shit, so, That kid just got offed in the last movie. Like, just boom, kid dead right then and there. So, it kind of sets the bar. But yeah, they end up getting rescued. Or no, excuse me. They don't get rescued. They hear these dudes searching for him, but instead of saying, hey, we're over here, he overhears them for a second. He's like, oh, these are guys looking for a reward. They want us dead or alive. Okay, never mind. And then Guts. Oh, this was fucking epic. Yo, he takes on 100 dudes. Like, he's like, Casca, go, find Griffith, do your thing. I'm gonna take these dudes on. And he's taking arrows to the hand, and he's one arming it, and he's like lost in thought while he's just splitting dudes in half, and it was really epic and badass, and he slays like 100 dudes. And in any other anime with like superpowers and shit, that'd be cool, it'd be badass. But when you know that these are like normal people for the most part, like completely normal, maybe a little bit stronger than your average, you know, person from that time period, or your average human, you know, it's still extremely epic to see, like, oh, just slaying dudes left and right. The CGI was fine for that. But yeah, that was epic. Then, let's see, what was after that? They pretty much transitioned from that into the battle where they take over that city. And that was really cool too. But yeah, they're talking about how we can't break through, because this place has like, whoa, okay, one thing that's throwing me off, let me just say this right now, because I'm about to mention them, but I just want to say it right now. The squadron names in this like series, I guess, is really throwing me off. Like, you have the Holy Purple Rhinos. I'm like, who the fuck, like, are the Holy Purple Rhinos? And like the Holy White Tigers, and I think the really sexist dude with the spear, and he did like the Alex Louis Armstrong thing from Fullmetal Alchemist, and he's like, this has been passed down my family line for generations and shit, that guy. Even though I think this is older than Fullmetal Alchemist, but anyways, just comparison I made. He's got like the blue dragon crazy tiger wolf, like I don't even remember, like roll clip, like whatever this crazy marathon of a name, roll clip.
Leader of the mighty Blue Whale Ultra Heavy Armored Fierce Assault Annihilation Night Corps shall punish you!
Yeah, exactly, that squadron. Like, what the fuck is all that? But anyways, that's the only thing that's throwing me off, is like the names of these freaking battalions or whatever are really throwing me off. Like, they're like, what the fuck, Purple Rhinos. Like, that was, I almost laughed when I first heard it. The Holy Purple Rhinos, excuse me. Gotta forget the holy part. But anyways, they go to fight him, and the Hawks, I should say, the Band of Hawk, they split into like two armies, and they're like strategizing, and there's some cool fighting outside. But what ends up happening is, before they attack, or around the time of the attack, the one dude, the sexist asshole, passed down, family generation, blah blah blah, he comes in with his little group of dudes. I guess you could assume, oh, the survivors of Guts' fucking massacre. No, those turn out to be some Hawk members that had him captive, and they snuck in to kind of Trojan horse, and I thought that was a really cool twist that I didn't see coming. And they're inside, and they're raising their flags, and there's an epic fight outside with Guts fighting this one black dude who's like their main general. Really cool horseback sword fighting, really cool on-ground to horseback fighting. Cool shot where he cuts all these dudes in half, and their blood like flies all in the air and shit. Like, gore isn't just going to immediately impress me, like, inherently, like, just because it's gory, but when you do cool stuff like that with the gore, that's pretty awesome. So they take over, there's this big celebration, more of Guts and Casca kind of growing a little bit closer, more of a formal introduction, and we see a lot more of these main dudes, like this one kid, Rickert, or I don't remember what his name was, this other dude with, like, cheekbones, this real big dude, and this dude with, like, a ponytail who kind of looks pretty feminine. Those are like the main like dudes that are constantly recurring. Like, they were in the first movie, pretty standout, and now in this one they stood out even more. And yeah. And Guts says that he wants to leave the Band of Hawks, which I was actually really surprised by, and he ends up leaving. I'm not sure if it was like after the ball or after, I think it was like a lot of time later actually, because Griffith saw the princess at the ball, and then after Guts leaves, she says, I haven't seen Griffith in 6 months. So I think there was like a 6-month time skip after the celebration and the dancing and everything, and when he leaves. And the fight with Griffith was cool. I mean, it was nothing. It was just, break your sword and walk away. But it was just cool the way they did it. And Griffith is just fucking awestruck and like, what the fuck's going on? And he goes to bang the princess, and he's like thinking about Guts. Like, bro, you're thinking about a dude when you're about to bang a chick. It's a little suspicious, but that happens, and he gets caught after the fact and tortured and whipped, and he mentions how the king wasn't going to have his daughter get married, and he's like, oh, were you saving your own daughter for yourself? Like, he didn't say it all smug like I say it, but like he says it all calm. And And that's gross as fuck, but it's real life. Like, that happens when you just, like, look it up. Like, fathers do that, and mothers and shit will do that to their own kids, and it's really fucking gross, but that can happen. He's getting whipped and tortured. He loses the egg. That was really significant. And Guts left, which is also hugely significant. And there was a little fairy in a cage, and it passed by Guts, and I don't think that was just to establish that fairies exist. I feel like that's probably going to be a character or something that will lead into seeing more little fairies like that. I don't know if Guts is going to have like his own little Navi following him around, but yeah. I don't know. It was just interesting. I know there's like mythological creatures because fucking Nosferatu Zod from the first movie, but yeah, that's pretty much where it ends. We also get this scene where they ambush the Band of Hawk. They call them out to a field and they just ambush and open fire with arrows. And they go into battle like, no, we got to get out of here. We have no weapons. They go into fight to cut out to escape. And Guts is gone and Griffith's being tortured. And because he had sex with that, you know, the daughter, all hell's broken loose. And they're no longer celebrated nobles. They're now public enemy number one. Really fucking shitty cliffhanger in terms of wanting to see the next movie. But yeah, I mean, the story progression was actually very, very good here. I mean, the story progression of the overall, like, kingdom versus kingdom and 100-Year War appears to have come to an end or is coming close to an end after taking over that castle. So that's huge. Guts leaving, his development with Casca as a character, her backstory, a lot of character development and story progression here. Very, very good on that front. Griffith, a little bit more of his character, not too much. But yeah, definitely Guts leaving affected him. So we'll have to see what happens there in the next movie. And from there, I'll probably end up reading the manga, because I don't think there's any more movies after these first three, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I'll probably read the manga from there on, so yeah. Anyways, though, without dragging on this review too much, animation, amazing. CGI is fine, but when it's actually 2D animated, it's absolutely impeccable. Just the flashbacks, not a fan of how the flashbacks are animated, but yeah, the story progression, pacing, animation, all that stuff, all great, AAA, awesome, fantastic on all those fronts. Probably give this movie, do I want to give it an 11 out of 10? It's pretty fucking good. Like, 10 out of 10 at least. Because 11 out of 10 is my highest rating. Because that fighting 100 dudes was pretty badass. And then the actual war that happened, like that, yeah, I'm going to go by 10 to 10.5 out of 10. Like, this, from an entertainment point of view and from an objective point of view, I thought it was actually very, very, very good. No problems with it really whatsoever, other than the animation on the flashbacks. And I'm not quite, like, used to the art style just yet. But I'm getting used to the art style. It's not, like, a flaw with this series. I'm just not used to it, but yeah, I'll probably give it, like, a 10 to 10.5 out of 10. I actually really, really liked it. I don't remember what I gave the first movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good, but this movie was definitely better. And I can't wait to see what happens in the third one. I'll probably review the third one next week, a week from today, when this video goes up. So look forward to that. And in the meantime, check out my Yu Yu Hakusho's and my JoJo reviews weekly. But anyways, thanks for watching this video. Tell me what you guys thought of the second Berserk movie, the Golden Age arc, Battle of Doldrey, whatever it's called. And no spoilers, please. Follow me on Instagram, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.